Hello and welcome. Today we're looking at Backpack Hero, a inventory management adventure game. Did you ever look at the Resident Evil inventory system and think, I could make a game of that? I didn't either, but somebody did, and they did a really good job of it. So let's get started. I'm going to use the basic character with, actually no, let's go use one of the, let's use the basic, we'll use the basic character. Let's use the basic character, we'll go to adventure. There are different modes we can adventure on. We're just going to use the standard mode so you can see what it would normally be like. I've unlocked a few, but not too many of the challenge modes. So let's get in there, and I'll explain why I think you should try this game. So, as I was saying, in inventory management sim, so if you look at this card, you'll notice upper left, there are 4 boxes. Those boxes show you the shape it has and the spaces it will take up in your backpack. And then on the upper right, there is a green dot with a 1 in it. That green dot means that it takes energy, and it costs 1 of them. You tend to have 3 per turn. There are items that can affect that. So let's put that in there. The other line is what it does when you use it. Consumables, like this one, have uses. This one has 2, and it gives us 2 energy. Weapon, obviously, reads the exact same card, 7 damage. Alright, let's get moving, and we will go to the crypt. Why the crypt? Because that's where the mouse fell. Not any real big reasons, just that one. This game is interesting in that it gives you a lot of layers of strategy. I could go grab this box, because I do have a clear path, but I have no spaces. After I beat these guys, I will probably have spaces, so I can probably grab this box and maybe get something good out of it. So, we have to fight these 2 guys. They're going to... It always shows you what they're going to do. You can mouse over it and see. It tells you about them. And in our case, we are going to... We have to block 14 points of damage. We're going to do this. And hopefully next turn we can take that guy out. Okay, perfect. So one of the pieces of strategy, even when you don't have a lot of things, is who are you attacking and why? This guy is going to throw a curse at me. A curse is a block that has a shape, usually 2 or 3 in a row, and you have to have spaces open for it. If you don't, then you have to skip taking it and you take damage instead. So we don't want that to happen. He has 19 hit points. My sword does 7, so 21. We can kill him this turn. And we can avoid getting cursed. Now, this guy was going to armor up, so he wasn't going to do any damage anyway. Now he's going to do 8 damage, and our sword does he has 15 armor. Our sword does 7, so we know that it's not going to make a difference. We couldn't get through his 15 armor. So we're just going to do that, end our turn. He does his damage, we don't take any damage. And then we can start working on those 40 hit points. A lot of the mechanics in this game are basically built around the idea of you're going to spend your turn figuring out how to not take damage or how to eliminate the most things in the smallest amount of turns. Real quick, since this is up there, each turn you have a chance of an item popping up over here, and it says reorganize now. You can see what the item does, and then reorganize costs you 3 energy, so you have to use it generally at the beginning of the turn before you've done anything. But if you wanted that item, you could reorganize it. If you had space, you could put it in there. Scratch is for if you ever, for some reason, don't have a weapon, you can still do damage, some damage. Alright, now we have 2, he's got 12, we know he's going down. Alright, when you level up, you get spaces to expand the backpack. The most common armor I see is chests, legs, and heads. Heads and legs gain armor generally. Some of them don't, but most of them get more armor based on the number of spaces above or below them, below the helmets, above the shoes. So my general first move is to just open up spaces so I know I can use those. So let's get those items. We have a shirt, which I'm tempted to use. If I could reorganize things just right. Okay, so if you go up here, you go down here, I'm going to take this thing, and then I'm going to take this thing. Now, what I just grabbed was a gem. It floats, which means it will always go to the topmost square it can be in that column. And adjacent weapons. Adjacency is 4 sides, not diagonal. Diagonal is not considered an adjacency in this game. So, past that, we'll take this because it exists. These things don't tend to work real good because they already take points, and your points are generally better off spent here unless you're doing something built around cleavers. So, off to our next area we go. Let's see what our question mark is. She would trade you mana stones, and if you're doing the magic side of the combat, it could be pretty decent. Let's go grab this because that's going to give us 5 experience, which will level us up. So we get to pick more spaces. Once I get that sort of center block built, I kind of start expanding on the sides at the top. And the reason is if you do get gloves or anything, they get more armor for spaces to the right or left. So then if you do get them, you want to build outwards pretty quick because you can get a lot of armor from those. So now that we've got a lot of spaces, we are going to run over and get our chest of valuables. Alright, this one does not have a lock. Sometimes they have a lock. Alright, it really wants me to wear this shirt. And if I could figure out a way to do it, I would really do it. That may sound bad, but it's true. And the reason I say that is because... Oh, yeah, there we go. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Take that shirt. Throw this up here. Does this cost 1 or 0? This costs 1? Okay, we're not using it. Okay, let me throw that in there. There we go. Almost perfect, but not quite. And eventually I will figure out how to make it perfect. Right now, unfortunately, this is only affecting this guy. I would like it to affect this guy, but it's not touching. So, but we got bonus damage anyway. Oh, let me show you why I took that, by the way. That gives you some armor every turn, which is what the block... Each turn add 2 block means at the very bottom. But any weapons that are adjacent to it also get +1 damage, so for the moment, this thing is getting +2 damage. 1 from the bronze plate and 1 from this sapphire. So we've got this thing up to 11. I would like that to be giving it to that, but I just don't have the spaces. Alright, we have an exit we can go to without messing with this guy. We may get killed by messing with that guy, but I think we're going to go mess with that guy. So this is basically what one floor of this game looks like. It's a lot faster than this when you're not explaining it. Let's try the Bearded Dragon. If we get killed, we get killed. Alright. Oh, this is good, because we know we can do stuff. So, for example, this guy's going to add 6 burn to me. If you have burn on you, you're just stuck with it. So in this case, we're probably going to burn all of this to make sure that we kill both of these dudes in one turn. Because he's going to throw a curse, and like I explained, they go in your inventory, they take up space. I don't have any spaces, so I will definitely have to pass and take damage. So we're going to try to kill him first, and then we're going to try and kill his buddy. Since we have all these combat buffs, we're probably pretty good for it. So we've got 3 down. 9. We could technically use this, but we can use this, and it'll be a little bit wasteful, but that's okay. And then he's going to do the 6 burn. I would have to use both charges of this to kill him, and that doesn't feel great, because I'd be wasting 1. Because I would only be able to do this, and I'd have to do 4. Yeah, let's do it, because I don't want to take the burn damage. Alright. Ooh, steak. It looks gray. Why does that steak look gray? That seems... ew. Alright, so we do have a different club here, sorry. This one is... It would be nice, because it does a ton of damage, but if you look, it costs 2 energy consistently, and we don't have any extra energy. We only got 3. And at this point, that would just be using those 2. So... The blue thing, by the way, is mana. We don't have any, so this does not do us any good. This, on the other hand, is a shield. We can get rid of this old busted shield, and we can get the new harness over here. And we'll grab this fish, and we'll grab this thing again. Alright, there we go. Let's go to the next floor. That's basically what one floor looks like. We'll probably play through to the next floor, and then we'll be done. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fairly small floor anyway. Chest of valuables. Still no locks. Aha! It was a mimic! 7 experience, 44 hit points. Doesn't do any cowardly or any weird stuff like that, so that works great for us. We know we want to bash him with that, which is going to lower his... Hey, there we go. That worked. As long as we keep bashing him, with that, we can keep his damage down to where we will not have to waste a bunch of turns fighting him. Okay, hey, he's doing 13, but he's not doing any damage, so I don't gotta block nothing. Which means he is out of here. We are getting a decent amount of gold. Let's see. That is no. I like the lucky ring because it gives you better loot. We're taking that. We're going to take this potion too. Rest of this stuff, I recognize most of it. I'd look at it, but it would take trade food for a cleaver? No, I do not wish to have a cleaver. I would be sitting there forever explaining to you exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So, nobody needs to be sitting here going, okay, and there's every item in the game that I have now described. Alright. Oh, here's a good one. You can mouse over, besides being able to look and see what they're doing in these numbers up here, one of the other things is you can mouse over them, and if they have special traits, like this guy, you get to see those. So he's cowardly. If I kill this guy first, this guy will run away, and I won't get that experience. So I need to kill him first, so I can get the experience for doing that. Now, in my case, this is going to be easy this turn. We're going to one-turn this guy, and that's going to be nice and easy. He'll be alive. I'm going to use the shield once. We're going to use this. That's going to do 12 damage to both of them. Use that. And there we go. And we take no damage. We got rid of that guy before he had a chance to do anything to us. That's one of those strategizing based off what you know and what you can see, and the information that's given to you. Reorganize. You can reorganize your bag. I think I explained this in a previous attempt at this video. And it costs 3 energy, so you generally can only do it at the beginning of the turn. But sometimes you'll see these pop up and it'll say reorganize now to claim. And you can grab that item just by doing the reorganize. I only have 2 energy, so I'm not going to, and I wouldn't for a brick anyway, because it's just not great. Scratches, if you don't happen to have a weapon, you can still do some damage. Not much, but some. Alright, 9 is kind of bad. I don't really want to take damage, but we do have this, which will give us a regen. We'll just armor up for it then. Because he's going to be all... I can't hit anyone next turn. Alright. Those 0 damages. So scary. So scary. I should have gone the other way. Would that... No, it would have been the same number. I'm making fun of myself at that point. Alright, what do we got? We got another damage potion. Let's take that. Bows require arrows. They don't shoot themselves. You have to have multiple arrows in your inventory, and they're not bad. They're just a lot of stuff. Oh, that's weird. It takes up more spaces than ours. Does 7 damage, which is near to ours. Adds poison, but each time you use it, it does 1 less damage. I think we'll grab that, and I guess I'll grab this and sell it at some point. No, let's keep that out, just in case. That way, if I get a curse, we have space for it. Ah, we have a vendor. All right, what do you got, sir? I may have some things I want to sell you. That costs 20. I'm thinking about that. That thing's pretty decent. That costs 2. We'll come back if we don't get anything. That would give me life. Oh, we have a blacksmith. Blacksmith, what do you got? Add 1 regen to a ring for 20. Don't mind if we do. Now, our ring, which has been enchanted, will give us 1 hit point per turn. Very, very nice. Alright, let's go beat this guy up. Snails. Oh, here's a curse coming in. So I'm going to let that curse hit, and that way I can show you what I mean with all of that. In the meantime, I'm going to try and kill that guy. Oh yeah, we'll just make sure I can kill the other 2. Alright. There we go. Took a little damage. There's your curse. So in this case, it's a 1... It costs 1 to destroy, and on use is destroyed. So it wastes your energy in this case, but in some cases it would be 2 or 3 big and do something else like -1 to weapon damage. You can also skip the curse and take damage from it, and that would just destroy the curse instantly. That happens a lot, because I'm really bad about leaving extra spaces. So we're finished reorganizing, and to use it, I have to use it just like I would for a regular item. Now that wasted 1 energy, so that's kind of a bummer. But that's okay, because we don't have enough energy anyway. because I'm not paying attention to my energy number like I should be. Alright. More items. More better. Ooh, we're going to take that, even though it is starting to really encroach on my... Oh! Goodbye. We're going to get... These boots will add some... So at this point it'll add 5 per turn. That'll get us to where we spend a lot less time blocking. And what do you do? No, thank you. Remove status effects from self. I've never gotten good use out of. The one that removes status effects from the enemy, plenty of good use. We could go back and get the hit points, but we're gonna go ahead and press on. Alright, if somebody has a gold number, it is just that. They're gonna steal gold. He's gonna take 10. I would prefer he didn't. So we're gonna use this. This is free, which is nice. So you see those sometimes. They do take up space, but sometimes it's real nice to have them. And we can kill him, and we're gonna take damage. So what we're gonna do is, in that turn, take a boatload of damage. We're going to use that to give ourselves some regen. And then we're going to take this guy out. Now, the reason I'm taking this guy out is this guy every other turn is just going to do... I think they both do. But this guy's a little beefier in damage. So we definitely would like him to go away faster. And I'm pretty sure both of these guys just armor up every other turn. And I can't do enough damage to bypass either of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. And then we'll go after him on this turn. Alright. We can do that. Energy plus items plus random numbers. It all contributes to this game being really fun. Almost way more fun than you would imagine it to be. And you get to have an interesting run each time because of the differences, instead of it being like, oh, well, this is just going to be the same thing as the last one. Some of the mechanics are, but a lot of them are not, and you get to do a lot of different stuff. I would love to take this, but again, 2 energy is very expensive, and this thing is very nice. 10 damage, all enemies. I don't have any other room. There's our experience. We'd need 5 more. But we are not getting it on this level. Hey, cards. So many mini-games. There's a nastier curse. Oh, hey, now we know where to avoid. Oh, hey, we got the sword that I was thinking about buying for free. Sometimes you get lucky. And sometimes you're me. And you don't. Aha, there we go. Now, the reason I consider myself super lucky here is because I was going to buy that sword. Because it's the same number of spaces, but does 1 more damage. And, if I ever do have to take curses... we'll skip that. If I ever do have to take curses, they would be the other way. So that is basically 2 levels, 3/4 of a run. There's just a little bit more on the 3rd level. I'll let you see that yourself. And the game itself is very fun. It is an inventory management sim, but it has so many different separate systems that are interacting in it. It makes it really fun. And again, replayability is huge. I've probably put 40, 50 hours into this already in the past couple of months, and it's just a fantastic game, especially when you're trying to unwind and just like no-brain it, like, oh, I'm just gonna relax. It has just enough intricacy and detail and strategizing to be fun, but without being like mentally taxing on a already long day. So with that, I thank you all for watching, and if you aren't already subscribed, subscribe for more just like this, and I hope you have a great day.